This is a bit of an addendum to my, or to the video on lamp current profiles that I did yesterday as I'm filming this. And this is with a 1x probe on the current sense resistor, and you can see, well, there still is some noise. It isn't anywhere near as bad as when I had the 10x probes. By the way, hint, Rigol, if you're going to charge $2,400 for one of these things, include some dual level probes, or at least, I don't know, the probes that they include, they want something like $200 a piece for on the website. But I know this particular one, this is a P6200, some generic, got on Amazon. It was a 200 megacycle probe, or 200 megacycle 3 dB bandwidth, and they were, I think, they were like $20 for a pair. And problems are only about, less than 4 feet long, so what I'd like to do is find some, in the 6 foot range, because lots of times I'm dealing with stuff where I don't need to, it isn't really a concern, the long path length of just a couple extra feet as far as signal attenuation. So, and of course switchable 1x, 10x, ideally with the probe detect feature, which is useful, especially considering that the probe selection range is fairly complicated on these things. It's anywhere from 0.01x in 125 gradations all the way up to 1000x probe, but which is again useful. Anyways, getting back to what I was talking about, there is still, you can see some noise on the thing, and let's see if we zoom in a bit on that. Okay, and let's see if we can zoom in on that. It's it still looks to be yeah, still some noise, nowhere near as bad as it was before though, but I'm thinking probably a lot of that was just by virtue of the, let's see, get rid of the menu, and okay, actually this one wasn't centered, that's all. Nope. Anyways, that was a good example of the window feature, although it would be better, especially given the trace colors that they have, if this was something like the Agilence, where it just appears as a white box. But, it can be lived with. We'll center that, and zoom. So yeah, that what I showed before wasn't as bad. That was just because the 10x probes. So, yeah. And it's a good thing that the things that they include extra ones of the no, wrong bag. But the that they include extras of the oddball color. Yay, whacked out white balance. Anyways, my skin isn't really yellow, or these are supposed to be white. There we go. I think it was just thrown off by all that blue. But anyways, yeah. That is more representative. I mean, it's not as noisy. I mean, you can still see there's some crap there, but isn't quite as bad. Still, nowhere near as good as an incandescent lamp, though.